All right, welcome to another episode of the Sweet Dog Podcast with the second part of the Too Sweet member over here, Everett, the Outsiders,
Wow, really? Too sweet.
the
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah. Well,
Kevin Nash here because I am Scott Hall.
whatever. As long as you don't call me Hollywood Hogan. we good. That's where we have a problem. I ain't fucking with Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only home person I know named Terry is a chick. But anyway, completely interesting side and not completely unrelated side note. I actually met Hulk Hogan in the Bahamas in July of 2001.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Oh, it went fine. He was there with his ex-wife.
Oh, at that time, no,
They were like wife, ex-wife now, wife at the time, and he was actually really super nice. You know what was really funny though that it struck me? Like, you see people that are famous. I'm like, he's not that big. I mean, big in the chest area, but like super skinny ass legs, and he's not that tall.
Well,
I thought he was.
You're 6'1",
way taller than that. Yeah,
and he's what, I think 6'3", 6'4", no,
6'3", 6'4", somewhere around there.
He's
Like, he's taller than me, but growing up kid,
we see them a lot bigger than what they really are.
It was weird. It was fucking hilarious. Though.
None of his kids were there. His daughter and his son.
No, his daughter and his son were there. But yeah, the hairline shit, that was hilarious. God, that was funny. But I was like, so when you did the faux life for whatever reason, that like popped in my head, like, yeah, I saw that dude at the Atlantis Hotel in Paradise Island.
Does he do the whole, what is it, brother and all that?
Nah, he was.
He has a normal little voice to a certain degree.
Like he had the ugly ass tourist. Super overly brightly colored flower. I'm in a tropical area shirt. You know the shirts.
Yeah.
You know those kind of people and who wear them kind of shirts. And we're not gonna get into that too deep.
Did he have the whole bandana on his head too? I heard he does. He actually walk around with the bandana.
Well, because he ain't got no fucking hair. Like, he's fucking burning his damn scalp off. Like, yeah, he slid that shit off for like 2 seconds to scratch his hair real quick. I'm like, oh nah, this motherfucker for real. He bald. It ain't like it was kind of bald, so he cut it down. He bald. Like
I've heard him be at hotels and he's nice to people. Like,
that's what I say. He was
to wrestling fans.
Dude was super polite, real nice. Like I said, it was fucking 30-second conversation. Like it wasn't, and I wasn't trying to be the person to be in his face for.
What did you tell him?
Hours.
You just said what's up,
and I was MC too. So. Like, and so I wasn't, that wasn't my primary goal there. So it was just one of those,
you ran into
shit. Him. But he was with his family, and I'm just never, like, I've seen a few people, because like that's the same fucking trip where I was at the NBA event, and Mutombo is tall as shit. I mean, obviously we all know that,
or something.
Yeah, but that it's different when it's in front of you. Like, I'm not short, and I got a crick in my neck looking up at this dude, and he shook my whole fucking front arm. Like, he shook my hand, and his fingers was like at my mid forearm. The shit was insane. So yeah, I just saw a whole bunch of fucking NBA players and shit. Like, half the NBA was down there.
Yeah.
So like, it was just wild. Like, that whole trip was wild. And then there's some other stories that we will not ever be getting into for.
Wow, it goes on to the world.
Huh?
As long as you won't say that when it goes into the world.
Matter of fact, I met AJ and Free that same trip too. I was down there for 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. And yeah, they were doing 106 & Park. This was way back.
When 106 & Park first started?
Like I said, it was AJ and Free were the hosts. Mm-hmm. That's how long ago this shit was. That nigga's tall.
Is he?
He's tall. He's like 6'4", 6'5".
Damn.
That because he was sitting at the fucking table with motherfucking legs all the way across the goddamn. Anyway, back to whatever the fuck we was getting to with.
Another little quick little. It's okay. Little side quick little. You know they're bringing back those MTV Raps.
Are they gonna actually show? Are they actually gonna play music finally? Or is this gonna be like Love and Hip Hop, where there's no hip hop or love? It's just lies and hoeing.
I just heard they're bringing it back. So I was like, that's interesting. But to me, it all matters on who the guest is, who's actually the host.
I think it matters if they actually play some fucking music. That would be nice.
Well, you still technically can, because rappers are out here putting fucking music videos, decent, good music videos.
There's a million fucking music videos, and there's a billion fucking rappers. You could do it, they choose not to.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that's crazy. That I would actually kind of like to see Yo MTV Rap.
But nothing has came out. They're probably gonna announce it. Nothing about who it is though. Who do you want? Do you have a general idea of who you think you would want?
I'm an old man. It don't matter to me now.
I would want somebody funny. Just somebody funny and cool.
I mean, what's Drake doing? I think he'd be good for that. And I'm not being no. Look, I am not being funny. I mean, I am being funny.
I don't know if I can see him as a host though.
I could. He's got acting chops.
Yeah, there you go.
I could see him doing that.
But I don't think that's something. He's too much of a big star. That's like it takes too much of his time.
What is there? Is there some French stripper that he needs to impregnate?
Well, he's too busy over there fucking buying purses for his future wife that he's gonna give to one day. You never heard that famous thing that he does that?
No.
He has in his big ass mansion a whole closet full of purses for women that nobody gets to touch until he finally meets that one he marries. And then she gets to have a whole thing of bags.
So he's pre-simping.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, he has a whole big ass closet full of purses that have never been touched. When he marries a woman, she already has all that. So he's investing in the future for her.
That nigga's corny. No, that nigga's
he calls himself the slow stroke king. Like, what do you expect out of a dude? Like, he's corny. He's a corny dude.
That nigga's corny. Nah, there ain't no slow. That nigga's corny. He's fucking corny. Like that, I can't. Oh god, wow. Yeah, man.
Well, let's bring it back to the boxing world of corniness. Your favorite promoter, Bob motherfucking Arum. Some of the shit that he's been saying.
Oh man. I mean, I've said that Bob is a racist piece of shit, and I've been on record of saying something exactly or similar to that effect for quite some time. So I feel like at this point, I'm beating a dead.
Oh, we're beating the fuck out of a dead horse with that one.
But here's the thing: we wouldn't have to resurrect this horse to beat it to death once again if he didn't keep opening his mouth and saying dumb shit out of it. See, the problem. Bob Arum has two primary issues with him and his fucking smart ass mouth. The first issue is he's gotten to a point in his life, and everybody reaches this point in their life where the whole respect your elders thing doesn't apply to you because nobody's fucking older than you.
Yeah.
Once you get
near 90?
He's like almost 90 years old. Yeah. So you get to this point in your life where no one is your elder. Everybody's either your age or worm food. So you don't have any elders. So you ain't got nobody you need to show any kind of deference to whatsoever. That's problem number one. His second primary issue is that we now live in a world where everybody has a video recording device.
Some of these people need to get that thing away from him.
And not only do they have a video recording device, we have platforms to upload these audio and video clips. So it's not like back in the 60s when he could say, oh, fuck this porch monkey, right to the dude's face, but the world's not going to know. And then next week say, I would never say such a thing because I don't do that. That's not my character.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be like, nah, that's you. That's you in the video calling him a porch monkey. That's right there. That was you. That's you, Bob. That's you. Did you ever notice and go back and watch, and for the people listening, all five of us, go back and Derek, Aubrey, when you poke your head out from between them little skinny ass thighs, I don't know why you like skinny chicks, whatever. Go ahead and because I know them thighs can't even cover your whole ear, so go ahead and go back and look this up. When Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence get into it, the famous red hoodie incident.
Yeah. And they're talking to each other. Which was a cool experience. It was funny.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I liked it.
And not for nothing, Terrence homeboy got punked. That shit was funny.
I had to see
when he told tell your man to shut the fuck up.
I had to see that part again.
It was funny. The shit was all funny. But here's the thing. You notice when Errol started addressing Bob directly, you saw the look on his face like, how dare you, nigga? But then he immediately looked at the person pointing the camera at his face, and he very quickly ducked his ass behind that group of people before he said anything. So you notice anything you heard from Bob was from off camera. You could clearly tell it was Bob Arum talking, but it was from off camera, and you could tell he was being very careful
Know what he says?
In what he said, because he knew the whole fucking thing was being recorded. And not just being recorded, but being recorded and put on live. So, I've always said Bob Arum is a lot of things. Stupid happens not to be one of them. Now, he might let some...
He says some stupid things.
He said he'll let some stupid shit fly out his mouth. But most of the time, I don't even think he believes half of that shit. Like the whole thing about him trying to say that he lost money with Terrence Crawford every time that he's fought at big fights. No, you didn't, motherfucker, because it's not your budget to lose. So you're not losing money. ESPN could be losing money, which I don't think they are, because who they really lost money on was Vasily Lomachenko. We're not gonna get too much further down that road. But I'm just saying, Bob has that problem. He's gotten to an age where he can't keep his shit to himself anymore. And there's way too many people that can just record him and be like, oh, hey, is Bob out here wilding again? And it's entertaining, and it gets clicks, and it gets views, and it gets talked about because we're fucking messy. We're all fucking messy. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We like mess.
We like that.
We like the bullshit. We're fucking messy. I will say this, though, and I've said it before, and I will say it again. I do not understand why people continue to fucking sign on with Top Rank, knowing you know how he's gonna fuck you. You know the angle with which he's going to take in fucking you. You know what music he's gonna play in the background. Like, there's nothing about it that's a surprise. That's why anytime a Top Rank fighter complains, I have a hard time feeling bad.
Well, I've heard Mikey. He just recently came out. You know, he dealt with his issues with Bob. And he said, personally, if you're a guy that's just coming off the amateurs, he goes, yes, it's good to sign with Bob.
And white.
Well, he goes, because Bob and Top Rank knows how to build stars, but once they make them into a star, he goes, they fucking suck. He goes, from there, that's when you leave. He goes, that's what he said. He goes, Teofimo, you're a star now. Get the fuck out. Which is true. They have made stars. But then from once they become a star, they start fucking.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Who did they make a star?
Terrence Crawford.
They didn't make him a star. Terrence Crawford made him a star.
Well,
they tried their hardest. They tried their hardest to fucking sink his.
Well, they try to promote. They know how to promote somebody to become a star.
When did they promote Terrence Crawford?
Was it a little promotion that he did?
No.
To them, that's enough promotion.
Don't play both sides of the fence. Be
real.
No,
I'll say fuck Bob Arum.
When has he actually put his effort, money, advertising dollars behind Terrence Crawford?
Against that one Russian dude. When they dropped him, but they don't count that. They dropped him because he didn't.
No.
I'm being very sarcastic there.
I didn't say when did ESPN do it.
I'm being very sarcastic there.
But that's my point. They didn't make him a star. Who else? Give me somebody else that they made a star.
They're making Oscar Valdez into a star.
Who?
Oscar Valdez.
Who?
You know who Oscar Valdez is.
No, but Oscar Valdez is not a star.
They're making him into a star. He has potential to become a star.
No,
just like Shakur Stevenson, they'll probably make him into a star too.
No, they're not. They've had plenty of time.
Well, he's still very young. By this year, next year, he should start blowing up to be the fucking awesome star. That's when people are really gonna start really, really, really ducking him.
Okay.
In your words.
In a year, 18 months, we can revisit the Shakur Stevenson thing. Although he's already had several years up until this point to do it, and he's done nothing. But I'll just go ahead and ignore that. I'll go ahead and ignore that part. In 18 years, in 18 months, we'll revisit the Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, we're fucking still even doing this podcast in 18. Hopefully, if we're still at the 5 people that we have in 18 months, we need to reconsider a lot of things that we're doing here.
Well, I feel like we're clearly not doing this for money. We start off with slandering one of the biggest promoters in boxing, and we're a boxing channel. So I feel like making money's never been our goal.
Okay, let's rephrase this. We fucking slander all of them besides Al Heyman. Even though he's not a promoter.
No, I don't slander Al Heyman. You guys try your hardest to find something.
I don't slander him.
Aubrey, when he shows up.
We slander Bob every fucking episode.
Bob makes it easy.
We slightly, Oscar De La Hoya, we have slightly because he's fucking hiding somewhere with some specialist, even though now we're just slandering him. And you love to slander fucking The Zone, so we slander all of them besides fucking PBC. Hey, Matchroom, we don't really talk about Matchroom. I like Matchroom. I don't know how you feel, but actually, they're not really.
Matchroom, you mean Eddie Hearn? That's Eddie Hearn's.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
But we slander all of them. We slander fucking everybody here. Let's not make it seem like we pick favoritisms.
I do not slander Mr. Not Todd DeBuff. What's the other one? The smart ass dude, the real smart ass guy. He used to be Regis's promoter.
I can't. It's not popping in my mind who he is.
Oh God, white dude. He's just he's an ass. But he's good at his job. But dude's a fucking ass.
But this is what makes ours better than everybody else's because we're not biased. We literally have 3 different sides here.
But here's the thing.
Or 2 really.
Here's the thing. I slander Eddie when he deserves it, and he does deserve it a lot. He's Bob Arum light.
But if you want to have a good either show or podcast, you can't just have one where if it's just us only wanting to talk about PBC and tell everybody else to suck their dick.
No. I'm not gonna tell any other dude to suck my dick.
Okay. The rest of the it's good to have the sense we all willing to we have our likes. You are Mr. PBC, and well, I already know you're gonna say I'm Mr. Golden Boy or Canelo.
No, we're not doing that. First off, I am not Mr. PBC. Now, if you want to say I'm Mr. Black Fighter, then I'll take that one. I'll take that. But we're not gonna say I'm Mr. PBC. We're not doing that. Is it my fault that they just have a better business model than everybody else? It's not my fault. It's just that part's not my fault.
But this is what makes us RC. We all have our sins. Like you think Terence Crawford Spence is the king? I think it's the little fucking redhead guy.
Oh, you're talking about the Mexican Irishman?
Yeah. See. Oh, a little note right here. I know you. Did you hear what Eddie Hearn had said about Bob in the sense that, hey man, like you're getting too fucking old and you need to stop saying your opinion on the sense of trashing literally your stars? Because he goes, you have Teofimo and Terence Crawford who are stars. Why would you trash them? And he goes, that's like me trashing AJ. He goes, that would make no sense.
Eddie Hearn has built his. Well, no, sorry, not built his.
But he is correct on that part.
Eddie Hearn was handed his career.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
And he has spent a good amount of his time shitting on a lot of his talent. Now, granted, I will give Eddie Hearn this much credit. This is where I will give Eddie Hearn credit, and to your point, he's right. Eddie Hearn was smart enough not to shit on his top talent. Yeah. But everybody that's not his top talent, he's Bob Arum light. So, right message, wrong messenger. I get what he's saying, and he's fucking right, but he's the last person that should be saying.
Because he's like, he doesn't understand. He goes, maybe just when you get that fucking old.
He understands, because he watched his dad do it for 30, 40 years.
I don't remember his dad too much.
Barry Hearn? Oh, yeah. Barry Hearn is the same man in a interview and let me preemptively say fuck Dillian White. He is the same man who to Dillian White's face in the crowded press conference not 3 years ago. I want to say it was like a year and a half ago, but definitely less than 3 years ago. I'm not going to go back and check exactly how long ago it was. Said to Dillian like, oh man, this is a new experience. I don't usually have to say sir or mister to people like you. That's your daddy. So while we talking about motherfuckers being too old and not needing to say certain shit, I will give Barry Hearn this. He was smart enough to be like, you know what? I'm too fucking old for this shit. Eddie, you handle it.
Because Todd DeBuff should take over the top rank. Bob needs to sit his ass.
Todd DeBuff is running top rank.
He needs to be the one that's out there more, and Bob needs to just sit at his house. Bring out his inner Al Heyman, and just don't be seen anymore.
When have old, rich white men been able to shut the fuck up? Ever. Like, ever.
Jerry Jones.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for making my point. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you for making my point. So, we covered the whole chickens coming home to roost thing, right? The comment he made. We covered that last week. Okay. So, did you see this week what he said about what the buyout amount is?
No, I didn't.
$800,000.
I thought he was talking about how he off the 5 minutes of the bid, so he made already 8,000. I thought that meant to leaning towards that.
No,
because that's all what he's getting he said, for this fight that this can happen.
Yeah, because obviously he gets a percentage, but no, he said the contract buyout for him would be $800,000.
You think Triller's gonna do it?
Fuck Triller.
Oh, Triller.
Triller, not Triller.
It reminds me of Thriller, Michael Jackson on it.
Fuck Triller. Teofimo Lopez and his daddy need to come up with that $800K.
Fuck if they have that. But isn't it up to Bob if he really still wants to accept that deal or not?
Yeah, it is ultimately up to him.
So he might not even want
it. But here's the thing: at this point, I'm calling his bluff at this point. I catch myself. I was gonna say something real fucking reckless. I'm calling his bluff at this point. You're losing so much money on me. I'm so not worth it. Well, then take my buyout then.
I don't know if he'll do it. I don't know. I think he'll eventually. Do the buyout, but he allowed freeze him for a little while.
He allowed Oscar De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather Jr. and a whole bunch of others.
Did Mikey buy himself out, or was it?
No, Mikey sat it out.
Oh, he sat out the whole. Yeah, was it 2 years?
But I don't know because I never really looked deeply into it. Mikey might have just refused to pay him and just said, "Fuck it, I'll just sit out the 2 years."
Because he sat out for 2 years and then eventually.
And that's what I'm saying.
He was
so
free.
Mikey, that might have been a decision that Mikey made. It was like, man, fuck this. I'll just sit it out. I won't even pay you just to be petty. Like, which is an option. It's a fucking option. You have that option to do. You can decide like, all right, then I don't need the money. My brother's got money. My dad's got money.
He probably invested a good amount. He probably didn't spend it.
Yeah, I don't really, they probably live. Don't they all live like?
Yeah, they live
all in the same fucking house. Like, he don't need money.
Yeah.
Like, Mikey don't need money, and he'd have made a decent amount to that point. So he might have just said, "Man, fuck it, I'll just sit you out for the 2 years." So that might have been Mikey. That might have been why it took Mikey so long. He just was like, "I'm not even gonna buy you out. Like, I'll do you one better. Fuck a buyout. I'll just sit out." Mm-hmm. Which is that real dick.
It's risky to do because. You don't know how when 2 years off and how your body's gonna react to it. If people even give a flying fuck about you anymore.
2 years and not getting punched in the face.
Well, that part's good.
There's worse things to do with your life. And here's the thing is too, he'd made a decent amount of money, so even if it never happened again, like the bigger issue then would be the itch to always want to fight still.
Yeah.
That's gonna be your biggest problem in that case. But yeah, no, it's so yeah, $800,000, and he's still trying so hard to be bitter about.
He's not probably even gonna dare do any type of slight little promotion or anything for the sense of that fight. Watch.
Well, that's not his job at that point. He's not that at this. This is one of those times where Bob Arum not doing shit. He actually is well within his rights. Is not often, and again, you're not gonna have it. Which is another thing we'll address. Motherfuckers got me out here agreeing with Teddy Atlas. We already had that conversation. I'm still a little pissed off about. Actually, I'm more than a little pissed off about that. Teddy motherfucking Atlas. Good God. Jesus.
Well, Bob he's something else. What did you think about the whole thing with all them offering for the purse bids and how much money it did? Were you surprised in the sense of money wise? Or that they offered the 6
that low.
That low? You thought it was gonna be more?
I thought it was gonna be more. I mean, Teofimo Lopez says he's this huge star now, so I just thought it would be more.
And you did call. You know what? I remember when we did. I don't know if that episode I posted that one. I don't know if that episode we put it out there. But I remember when you told me about that, how he had that plan, and Bob was getting mad.
Uh-huh.
And I remember you telling me, I went, okay, because I know you're not gonna just feed some bullshit. But I was like, I'm not seeing it. Nobody else is talking about that. And so then, literally, I seen it. and I went, oh shit, this is what Everett was talking about. But you never had said it was who was the person that was going to invest.
There was more than one.
Oh, okay.
There was more than one investor. There was more than one investor. There was more than one person putting their bid in for that. I understand that I have a smart ass mouth that is very foul, quite slanderous. Doesn't make me a liar. Mm-hmm. Like, when I say something, when I go through the trouble of telling you stuff like that, it's because I've heard on at least relatively good authority that there are murmurs in the background. Even if it's shit that ultimately doesn't happen, if we really got down to it, I could be like, yeah, I heard from this person who's connected to this person. So I wouldn't just be like, hey, he got offered $50 million for it. No, I'm not going to do that. Because there's enough of that bullshit going on in boxing as it is. You know, motherfuckers claiming they make $80 million in a fucking fight. We don't need that kind of shit.
And I know Matchroom was second.
And you know what's funny? Is with the Triller thing, he's not even going to be a headliner, allegedly.
Well, I've heard either they're going to put him in the April one, which is where Jake Paul is going to fight, which is your what's his name is coming out of retirement. I know you heard
what
Antonio Tarver.
No, I actually hadn't.
He's going to come out of retirement and fight an MMA heavyweight.
Are they going to test him for PEDs?
I fucking don't know.
I mean, that's why you got.
He's going to be.
Here's the thing. I don't want people like, oh, well, when it's a black fighter, you don't say anything. saying something now. Motherfucker tested dirty for pets.
Did he? I never knew that.
That's why he got kicked off of it, which I don't understand why getting testing dirty for pets or drugs means you're not a good announcer, but whatever. That's why all that shit went down with him.
He was a former announcer?
Yeah,
I don't remember. I don't recall
boxing commentary. He did a lot of
for
boxing
many years in the
He's
beginning.
really
I didn't really pay attention.
He's a really good commentator too, because again, knows his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Good fucking comment, and he's funny. He dude's funny.
You know what the funny part is for well, I don't know who will be the main event because it's supposed to be April 16th or April 17th. You know who's gonna be?
I know
the
who it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be Teofimo Lopez.
Well, I've heard it might be in May. Teofimo Lopez might do where he fights him in May for that promotion.
They're talking about putting him under the undercard of Holyfield Tyson 3.
But you know who's gonna be in the undercard of the other one?
Who?
Which is to me is a little bit disrespectful since you're putting Antonio Trevor or whatever fuck Tarver. I gotta write the fucking first name.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in the main card, but this person's gonna be in the undercard.
Who?
Your boy Regis.
Regis is not a big star. I love Regis.
Yeah, but he's
not at all popular.
He should.
He should be more popular.
He's gonna fight that one dude Tank beat up, the Red Cash or whatever.
Oh, Ivan Redcash?
Yeah, he's fighting him.
Oh, he's gonna beat the piss out of Ivan. Ivan's going to the gulag, bro. That dude is gonna get the piss beat out of him. Oh man, I'm gonna watch though.
Oh yeah,
I like Regis.
I'm gonna watch that Regis.
I like Regis, so I'm gonna watch that.
Well,
shit.
I've heard either he's gonna be in April or he'll be in May. That's when.
But the thing, I understand why. Okay, I understand you saying that it's disrespectful, but it's no less disrespectful than the shit they did to Devin Haney with that KSI Logan Paul shit.
But wasn't he the co-main event?
You're either
he's a prelim.
Get
That's
the fuck
fucked up.
out. Nah, get the fuck out of here. You're either main event or you're not. We're not doing that co-main event.
Yeah, but prelims that's a whole nother level of disrespect.
No, it's not. I don't think so. If I'm not the main event, then what the fuck does it matter what I'm not?
I wouldn't. At the level of Regis I would not want to be a fucking prelim.
So you think it's that?
He should be the opening fight.
So you think it's that big of a difference between being the first and the fourth televised fight, or the first and the third fight if there's 4 fights on the card that are televised? Because we all know there's like actually 15.
Yeah, there's shit in the fights. Yeah,
for a full card. So if we have 4 televised fights, do you think it matters 1 through 3 really? Yeah, to me it wouldn't. Money wise, I get it does to a certain degree. It wouldn't to me. I wouldn't. If I'm not the main event, then stick me where the fuck ever. Matter of fact, I'd rather be the first fight.
I would not want to be the prelim.
I'd rather be the fucking first fight.
Because nobody watching the prelim.
Nobody's. Come on now.
Well, for that promotion right there, yeah, because they'll probably have the whoever YG again performing and give and take that's gonna get some people to watch.
That's all the more reason to make me the first fucking fight. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that shit. I have no desire. I'm not the least bit inclined to watch that shit. So yeah, no, make me the first fight. I can get my check, get the fuck out, get the fuck on.
What did you think?
I can beat traffic. If I'm the first fight, I can beat traffic home.
What did you think of the bid though that Matchroom actually outbidded fucking Top Rank? And is Matchroom the promoter of Gambosas?
No.
No? Who is he? A Bob too? Who is he?
I think he's a smaller independent guy.
Okay. I was just figuring that's why Matchroom did it because they're Matchroom.
He might have a co-promotional with Top Rank, but Matchroom's not. He's not a Matchroom fighter. No, that was Eddie Hearn. That was Eddie Hearn putting his dick on the table. That's what Eddie. Well,
Eddie Hearns came out and he knew he wasn't gonna win it. He just
but
he didn't think that. He goes, I figured Bob would offer something low. He goes, but damn, he didn't know it was gonna be that fucking low.
Yeah, he had planned on outbidding Bob, even if it was just by $1. So he had already planned on doing that. He, just by what you just said, you could tell he's like, I knew he was gonna lowball. So you already know what's going in Germ's head. He's gonna bid just a little bit more, but probably low enough that he knows someone else will come over the top. So
it was what 2 million? What was it? 2 point what Bob offered?
2.8 or 3 flat or something. Because
it wasn't 3. It was 2.
Because
it was 2 something.
Hearn offered 3 and some change.
Well, yeah, his was more. It was like 2 something. So it would have been he would have got his Gambosa would probably got $500,000 off that fucking fight, which would have been sad.
Okay,
that's fucking crazy.
So, quick segue since we're here and talking about numbers. I want to just illustrate a point I always continue to make with people and their numbers and shit not matching up, and us needing to wait until we actually see the numbers, or not jumping out the window and crowning motherfuckers king when they haven't done shit. I'm not saying anybody's name, Ryan Garcia.
Which he did horrible yesterday. I know you probably didn't watch it, but his little thing he did with Ack and Brock, I believe their names are. The little interview thing he like being remember.
You know I
know,
you know
but
I
he no. As much as I'd like to defend him, Brian, just because everybody loves to give him a hard time, he fucking did trash on that.
And again, he makes it easy.
He did fucking trash on that little fucking broadcasting. Trash. He did fucking trash.
He's supposed to look pretty, not talk.
Yes, you are right on that one. That one, you are right. With this stupid ass little tattoo he has on his fucking. You're leaning. I'm very much. It's. He makes it hard.
He makes it easy.
No, he makes it easy for you, but he makes it very like. Me and you have said many times. If you put the four, they like to say the four kings of them. Yes, I've always say Ryan Garcia is last of all of them. I've always
fighting wise, yeah.
But when you
fighting wise, yeah.
A lot of the times when you hear this, I'm always the one that defends him. I'm the only one that defends him, but I do it just because people make fun of him. But he does make it very hard for me. I will say that he makes it very hard for me.
Yeah, man. It's like you had that nerdy homeboy in high school. Well, I'm a fucking nerd too, but you had that nerdy homeboy in high school, and you try to be like, nah, man, he's actually cool. He's real cool. He just, he got no swag. Man, he's cool, but he's a cool dude. He's like, and then he rolls up in like Dungeons and Dragons shirts. You're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Bro, I can't defend you if this is the shit you're gonna show up in. Yeah. He's like, I want to cram you in a locker right now. So, but I'm digressing off my point. So, purse bid split 65-35, right? Mm-hmm. So the bid from Triller is $6 million.
It's like 6.2 or something.
6.2 million. So 6.2 million. 65-35 split. How much money did they say Teofimo Lopez was going to get? No, don't do the math. Don't do the math.
I actually have where they show a number.
Okay, yeah.
Well, why are you talking to me? I actually heard because I remember I sent it to Derek. I have it right here.
Because I want to say they said, okay, I'm not going.
It's right here. It's okay. It was $6 million. Teofimo Lopez is gonna make $3,900,000, but Top Rank gets $800,000 out of that, and Kambosos he's only gonna get $2 million off it, out of the 6, like that.
So I thought it was 6. So 6, not 6.2.
No, it's 6. It's right there. It's $6,018,000. Because right there, 6.218. It says right there. And then it breaks it down for you of who gets what.
Okay.
Yeah. See, Tom Brink gets 20% of Teofimo's winnings.
As a promoter, you get your promotional cut. So I thought it was funny that at a 65-35 split of $6 million, they were advertising that Teofimo Lopez was only going to make $3.2 million, which isn't wrong, but isn't true. Because when have we ever taken the promotional cut out of somebody's purse off the top when they advertise it?
He's really going to make a little more than $1 million off that fight?
Who?
Because of all what he has to pay out and the taxes?
No. That's not my point.
Oh, okay.
That's not my point. My point is, it was when ESPN announced all that. They're like, oh, he's going to make $3.2 million in the fight. And my calculator brain said $3.2 million is not 65% of $6 million. Or
no,
that's barely more than 50%. Just over 50%.
That's easy math right there.
It's that. I don't. You need to be. But I'm saying like that. The first thought in my head before I thought anything else, my first thought was that number's not right. Mm-hmm. What did you see? What they did though?
What is it?
They took what he's actually going to make in the purse, and then they took Bob's cut out of that.
So then
then they advertised that number. How much do you want to bet? And again, this is me just going out on a limb. I have no authority on this. No one's told me anything. But just looking from the outside looking in and the way Bob's been acting, How much you want to bet Bob, being the powerful man that he is in media, made it so that that's how they reported it?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, he did.
So why the fuck do we need promoters again? Like, he's actively trying to fuck this dude.
Oh,
because that's not even fucking him in this instance. He's going with the long con, because you know what that is. The first time him and Tank, or him and Tank specifically, but him and Haney, or him. Well, Ryan ain't got a fucking leg to stand on. But him and Ryan, the first thing they're going to bring up is, motherfucker, first off, you wasn't even the main event at your first defense, at your fake-ass Undisputed, and you only made $3 million with 4 motherfucking belts.
Well, you didn't see that petty little shot Haney threw. He goes, welcome to finally to making it to the $1 million. Now I was like, I like that one. You're being petty. That small little jab at him.
I wouldn't know that was more than a jab. That hitting somebody in the pockets is always more than a jab. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he finally welcomed them to the.
That might be a quick
making
hook.
Millions.
Yeah. So that type of shit. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like, why would you one, do that? 1, 2, as a media outlet, why are you allowing that to happen? Because really, ESPN's fucking themselves.
I just think ESPN is too arrogant.
It's not just ESPN, because they're not the only people that reported it like that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying ESPN specifically because it directly affects them.
You know what is funny though? A little in the sense has to do with this, but not since boxing. Because do you know Gina Carano? It's the girl that played the villain in Daredevil.
Yeah, and didn't she do the
Fast and Furious, one of the Fast and Furious movies?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, her. Well, you give and take. You should know she used to be an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Back in the. Well, I guess now she did something we don't really choose to talk about positive, but she was very much a Trump supporter. And well, they fired her from that new Star Wars show that's on the Disney Plus.
Well, it wasn't just that. She had made a whole bunch of transphobic comments.
Well, yeah, but since they fired her,
yeah.
Dana White knows of her, even though it's very like how you say a lot of times Eddie Hearns is hypocritical of what he's saying. Mm-hmm. Right message, wrong person sending it. Dana White has said some foul shit towards her, but he defended her in the sense like she made a mistake, like with the things she's been saying. He goes, leave that poor girl alone. And he criticized one of the reporters, which, she made something about making fun of Jews. Mm-hmm. And that dude was a Jew, and he came out and said, that's fucked up what you said about us Jews. Like, I take offense. Mm-hmm. And he criticized. And ESPN very much came out and put a statement that we do not agree upon what Dana White just said there, of what his comments about her. And I was like, come on, if you're going to criticize Dana White for his comment, and if Bob's doing this, you should set up something too. Like, come on, Bob.
Well,
Teofimo is an ESPN fighter, top rank, but he's promoted through the ESPN sense. Like, we need to make him look good.
Bob is rich, white, and Jewish. Good luck. Good motherfucker.
Yeah, but he can send a message in the back, and the outside would know the world.
Good fucking.
Yeah, he's not gonna listen. He ain't gonna fucking listen.
No, it's not he's not gonna listen. They're not gonna do it. They don't have the balls. They're fucking pansies. Like, for all which is one of the things that I've never understood about all of these fucking rich son bitches is, like, for these people to be so fearless. They're only fearless when they're picking on someone. They are the quintessential bullies. Mm-hmm. They won't ever say anything about anyone they think can do any kind of recourse or retaliation whatsoever, i.e. Bob Arum.
Yeah.
Because, come on now, this is bullshit. Like, if ESPN is big enough, they could tell Bob to go fuck himself 6 ways from Sunday, it would not affect them in the bottom line. Them losing
Top Rank doesn't do shit to them.
Yeah. Actually, them losing Top Rank might be the best thing that ever happened to their boxing programming. And honestly, I think it's a conflict of interest to be a network with exclusive rights to a promotional company. But that, again, that's a whole nother business side issue that I think is a problem. I don't think any promotional company and any network should be exclusively tied to each other. You're asking for the continuation of this bullshit when you have those kinds of things going on. It happens. It happens all the time, and clearly that's how business is being done, which is why I'm screaming from the rooftops even still that the business model of boxing needs to be fucking changed. They need to stop looking in the same old places. It don't work that way anymore.
Bob Arum reminds me of Al Davis. You know, there was always
and
that
Jerry
thing.
Jones. It's that old, rich, white person
But
who you can't
what
tell
was
me
that thing
shit
they
else to
always
do.
said about Al Davis? The Raiders are going to do so much more better when he dies. And when he dies,
Because he only wants it done his way. Yeah, I fully agree with you. Jerry Jones and the Cowboys are having that same fucking problem.
it's very much about I want Todd Duff to just like fully, just completely, just take over the whole shit.
Okay, but Todd,
As much as I don't really know a lot, I know you know a lot more him, but fuck how Bob's
Todd's
acting right now.
Todd's a better option, but look at who taught him everything he knows.
Yeah, but I just hope. I would just prefer that right now over Bob right now. Even though some of the shit he says sometimes it is somewhat entertaining to see like you're a crazy old SO man. Like it's crazy.
It's
to me.
entertaining like a train wreck is entertaining.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
It's
look.
like a love and hip hop type of entertainment.
Thank
like,
you, a train
yeah.
wreck. He's the rich white Jewish version of the Bad Girls Club. Like the shit's funny, but it's funny because you're laughing at them, not with them.
Him and Oscar De La Hoya, sometimes I wonder like, the things you guys say or do is like, what is wrong with you guys? Like,
Exactly.
Really?
Funny for all of the wrong reasons.
the things you guys like, doesn't make no like it's common sense not to be
It-
shitting on your top fighters.
It's funny. It's funny, like how laughing at some grown man with the fucking fishnets and a fedora on is funny. Like it's funny, but it's wrong. It's very, very, very wrong.
I want to just to like, throw a little shot at somebody here. As much as I love their channel, Fight Hype. I like watching like going.
Fight Hype's hit and miss with me.
The guy, I believe he's a white dude because I think I seen him once on Porter's
Are you about
podcast.
the one that stays swinging on Andre Ward and Tim Bradley's nuts?
Yeah, but one more since speaking on is on.
But it's that guy.
He
though.
loves to fucking put a mic in front of Bob and gets. This is why a lot of times we get these interviews because he's the one that's putting. He goes like that and reports fucking the Bob to say these stupid shit about his fighters,
But
which
why?
Bob was gonna say to somebody eventually.
Why would you? Okay.
I like him because he's not somewhat biased to a certain degree, but it's just like, come on, man, stop interviewing fucking Bob.
He is a drug dealer, and his drug is stupid ass comments. And if he knows he can re-up, that's his connect.
Yeah, it is very much.
That's his
You don't
connect
really
for
see him at
clicks.
PBC fucking shit.
That's his connect for clicks. He knows
He'd
if
go
that
to
man's
Bob and
about
then
to
Top
say
Rank.
some reckless shit. It's the same reason why he's always look at most of the stupid shit Timothy. Speaking of stupid shit in Top Rank, look at most of the stupid shit that Timothy Bradley says that's not specifically on ESPN Top Rank's channel. Where is it usually?
Fight Hype.
Why? Because they know that's their connect.
Yeah, hell
And
yeah.
he is the added bonus. That's their coon connect. So they get that black. They got that white connect and they got that black. You know, you got that white connect. You get that white, you got your cocaine and your heroin. Bob's your white. Timothy is your dark. Because then that also, because the stupid shit Timothy Bradley says gives white people the excuse, see, he's black and he said it too. He's that dude. He fucking Uncle Ruckus, Uncle Tom ass, shucking and jiving motherfucker. So that gives, and rich white people love to be like, well, that's my, the I have 3 black friends racist.
Yeah.
Timothy Bradley is one of their black friends.
And a shout out to Ak and Barack for calling out Ryan Garcia on the broadcast when you say you're gonna fight Manny and it didn't work out. Like, so who are you gonna fight? And he did not want to answer since who's he gonna fight next? But they kept on calling him out on it, which is very funny. And when they tell him, and then you hear Ryan saying that when he fights Tank this year and beats him, that makes him the fighter of the year. And you hear them go, so if you only fight Tank and beat him, that makes you the fighter of the year? He's like, yeah. And you see them like, bruh. Like, really? I like that since they did that. Even though
I like it because, it uses one of my favorite tactics when arguing with people is instead of arguing your own point, you argue their point.
yeah.
Because if you try to argue your own point, it's going to be, I'm yelling at you about my point. You're yelling at me about your point.
You're not getting nowhere with
and
it.
you're not going to get any fucking where. You really want to piss somebody off or you really want to get under their skin? Argue with them about their point. And that's exactly what he did. argue his premise. Okay, let's start with your premise. So your premise is you only have to fight one fight in a year, and you're gonna be fighter of the year because you beat him.
Well, technically, actually, you know what? To be technical,
out of here.
That would be 2 fights because he did fight Luke Campbell this year. Technically, it was the second day of the year,
and you already forgot about that shit.
Yeah, but
it was less than 2 months ago.
He portrayed the sense of
less than 2 months ago, and you already forgot about that shit. So that just lets you know how important that fight was.
He portrayed the sense of he only beats Tank, that makes him man. So I was like,
okay, so because really, Luke.
Well, you did you not see that little, like, it was like a 2-minute clip of him and Eddie Hearn in the back? Right before the fight? Which is funny. I know you'll like this because Eddie Hearn tells him, hey, so, like, why are you ducking David Haney? And he's like, you can see Ryan trying to spin it.
He's trying to say because Devin Haney's boring, or he says
no. He goes, but
I know he said some shit like that before.
He goes, but who has David Haney fought? He hasn't fought nobody big. And you hear Eddie Hearn go, that's true, but who have you fought that's big? He goes, all due respect to Luke Campbell, he isn't a star. He's a good fighter. He goes, but you haven't fought nobody big either.
And he's a decent fighter.
And he goes, but I will give you this, Ryan. He goes, if you tell me right now you sign a contract to fight Teofimo or Tank, I'm not mad at you because those are 3 big fights. That's another 2 big fights. He goes, but you're not fighting none of those 3. He goes, you're not fighting nobody. He goes, then you're just taking a step down. And I was like, see, I was like, when I heard that, I go, everyone like that. Fuck Eddie Hearn, but he'll like that you called him out on that.
I mean, he went for the low-hanging fruit. And again, circling back to my point I made earlier, Ryan Garcia makes it really fucking easy. He does. Ryan Garcia makes the shit so easy.
He kind of sucks in the sense of when someone calls him out, like, he's not very quick at the sense of responding. He does, like I said, he makes it hard for me to defend that motherfucker.
Look, man. And I'm about to be this old guy. This whole generation, with few exceptions, because there's exceptions to every rule. Like, oh, this guy can do it. This guy can do it. Most of this generation is not built for in front of your face confrontations. We got a bunch of thumb thugs, bunch of Twitter thugs, bunch of Facebook felons. Bunch of Snapchat gangsters. Like, so you doing all this thuggish shit in a stream, but as soon as somebody's in your face and giving you that work, it's different. And if you're not built for that shit, to go back and forth with somebody in person, you're gonna end up looking like Queen Rye.
So what did you
think? I said it.
What did you think of the GOAT's performance yesterday? I know. Hold on. Before you say, this is the part of the thing everybody likes to, you know, throw some. Even though he throws some jabs at Bob earlier, this is the part he likes to throw jabs at some other people. Now I'm gonna give you your couple. Throw your jabs at Canelo, the GOAT.
Okay, so so what are you asking me? You asked me 2 different questions. You asked me about GOAT, and then you asked me about Canelo. So what are you asking me about?
The GOAT Canelo. What did you think of the? Okay, first I'll call.
I don't know, but I don't know. The GOAT that I had yesterday was birria. So I don't know what GOAT you're talking about. But them birria tacos was on hit. They were fucking delicious. It's this taco truck on Niles and Fairfax. Bomb. Them shits be getting raided like every other week. Yes. I don't even think they have a business license. But that shit is.
Is it by the store by the bridge?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it
that
fucking
shit is fucking bomb. So, if that's the GOAT we talking about, that shit is delicious. Now, to Mr. Saul.
What do you think about the event? Not the fight. Fuck the fight. Because we all know that was a trash-ass opponent. But the event total of how everything looked in the sense. Because even Charlo, the 154-pound Charlo who was there, and he even admitted, he goes, fuck. This is how it is when you become this big and the promotion actually likes you. Because he even admitted to that. He goes, this shit's cool. He goes, it'll be cool to knock out Canelo like this shit and this shit. And I was like, I see that.
Are we done? Are we done swinging? Okay, cool. So my response was, I am a man of my word. And what did I tell you about that fight?
That you were excited and you thought this is his hardest fight in 15 years.
Okay, are you quite finished?
Besides the Floyd.
What did I actually say? About what did I say about Saul? Because he don't get cinnamon no more. What did I say about Saul?
That if he fought Floyd Mayweather right now, he'll wash Floyd Mayweather. If you continue asking me, I'm gonna continue trolling you. So if you want to say what you want to say, just say it.
So I said, and I believe I said it on a couple of our podcasts. if he continues with this Eurobum tour, I will refuse to watch his fights until he fights somebody that he actually has an outside chance of losing to. So, in keeping with my word, I ain't watch that shit. And I'm not going to watch that shit. So, yeah, no, I'm good. And from what I heard, I made a good decision.
No, the card was trash.
Thank you. So, it sounds like I made a fucking great decision.
I almost got mad because he had that guy come out. Of course he's going to come out first. And he had Jay Barnaby perform while that dude was in the ring already, a whole song. And I thought that fucker was going to perform a second song. I was like, okay, not going to, that's a dickish move because that dude's in the ring. He's probably getting cold. But then he didn't. But I was like, okay, that's from dickish move.
Would it have mattered?
Yeah, no, but in the sense, I would get mad if I was the fighter having to be in the ring. It's just dickish move. I understand what if that's you trying to get the guy to cool down or something. But well, you know what the coolest thing about that whole event was?
No, I don't.
All the fighters that were there. I liked that aspect that Charlo was there. And I actually wanted Charlo. You had told me this, that Charlo should do this. Even though the whole time I thought it was the 160-pound Charlo. It wasn't. It was the 154. Because I wanted Charlo, because I had seen 2 days before he said he was going to go there. Because I thought it was the 160-pound Charlo. I wanted him to go there and put the pressure on Canelo by doing a Lara. He was able to, which I know you would have enjoyed if you did that. Thoroughly. You would have enjoyed.
Thoroughly, but let's just be real. Canelo's not really about that action.
But it would have been so much pressure that...
No. Because let's go back. When Canelo, whether you want to argue the point of whether he's the GOAT now or not, at the time that this happened, he was not the biggest star in boxing, and there was no question about that.
Lara?
No, not Lara. Let me get there. It was shortly after the Lara fight. Demetrius Andrade crashed his fucking interview after somebody he was fighting that was garbage, and he called him a bitch to his face across a set of reporters. So we know Canelo not really about that action. It sounds good, but he's not really about that action. So I'm not.
I just would thought it was entertaining. It would have been cool pressure.
I've been slowly losing respect for Saul for a while now, and I've just completely lost it. So until he does some shit that actually matters, I'm not.
I thought it was cool and actually to see him
not Canelo. Charlo doing what he did was perfect. Because I honestly think either Charlo would give him problems.
If Derek, when he gets off sci-fi, he always feels the sense that Charlo actually is the be the because he knows how to box really well and he has power. But I like that Boo Boo was there too, Crawford, and to see Crawford and Danny Garcia actually next year, I didn't even know Crawford's actually not way shorter. He looks about like an inch or two shorter than Danny. I didn't know that. Danny looks bigger than him too.
Danny might have been wearing lifts in his shoes. No,
they looked. They were both wearing like the running shoes. I know. But I was like, okay. I was like, they look cool just to see them because you never have seen them there. I know they said some shit. I know they fought in the amateurs or something.
I heard they said they were both going to go to 154.
Who, Crawford?
Both of them.
I don't know.
I
know Danny has said he's maybe has
I heard they both want to go to 154. Do they not realize that Charlo is still there?
But they're probably not going to fight Charlo. It's not going to be the fight.
Danny would have.
Oh, I know Crawford has. He has.
No, Danny would have to. Who the fuck else would he fight?
J-Rock in there. But I wouldn't even want Danny. I've always said I'd rather see Danny fight fucking Adrian Broner right now or Regis.
Danny's better off going back down to 140. Danny's not a big dude.
No.
Danny's a tweener. And we had this conversation last week. Danny's a tweener.
Yeah.
Crawford's more of a full-fledged 147 than Danny is.
But it was cool to see that them two are there and to see them literally, because you don't know what they talk about. They probably say, Danny probably did fuck around and tell them, hey, come on, man, like, when are we going to get in the ring with each other? You know how guys are. We miss trying to see some shit.
That's a dangerous fight for Terrence.
I wouldn't mind seeing it, even though it's after Danny's loss. I don't mind seeing it.
Yeah, he got his ass whooped. That was embarrassing. That was rough.
But I thought that was cool in the sense to see that. I was like, okay, cool. I wouldn't mind seeing
that. Sounds like that was the highlight of the event.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, very much. I can.
Okay,
that or there's I'll show it to you. I have it right here. Seeing when Canelo won and they're interviewing and they have the translator right there. You could see someone I'm guessing is part of Canelo's team or something. He's had like a little GoPro. They're probably trying to record something. And that dude is wearing a Jake Paul shirt. And Canelo, you can tell, doesn't notice it. And you see literally while the dude is translating what Canelo said, Canelo going like this, going on the microphone in English, hey, you motherfucker. But you know, in Spanish, in Spanglish, sounding so funny. Hey, fucker, get the fuck out. But it just sounds so funny because it's Spanglish. You don't really hear him cussing. How Mexican who really
Yeah,
don't
no,
talk.
I got it. I got it.
That is funny.
Because
that fool was
got
crazy
that
enough
shit.
to wear a Jake Paul shirt and try to steal the show, and him telling him get out. And you hear him go, motherfucker.
Man, Floyd still whooping your ass. He been retired for 5 years. That's embarrassing.
You know, I know we're towards the end already. This had popped up in mind. I know you like to say, a lot of people like to say these two are the two most overhyped fighters in history.
Oh, God.
Who do you think will win from Prince Asim versus Lomachenko? Overhyped versus overhyped. Who do you think wins that fight?
Nah, I'm trying to fucking think.
'Cause I know you would watch it. You would be like,
I
okay.
absolutely would watch that shit.
I think that would be an interesting fight right there. Make it at 130. It would be an interesting fight.
I actually think Nassim could win that fight.
But we have to get him to actually where he was trained, right? 'Cause I've heard a lot of stories. Like some of his biggest fights, he half-ass trained.
I think he wins that fight. I think he could win that fight.
It would be an interesting fight, though, huh? To overhype
Europeans. I can't. I'm not gonna stand on one square or the other.
Yeah,
but
I think I lean towards more Lomachenko.
I would.
I don't know if there's a height difference, a big ass height difference either, or length and arm size.
I think Nassim's arms are way longer, and I think Nassim's a good bit taller. Because Nassim was actually kind of tall for his.
He looked like he had long arms. That's what I will say.
Super long arms for his height. For his height, he had mad ass long. He got them fucking like Floyd too. Fucking 6 foot reach, and you're 5'7".
Yeah,
that shit is insane. Terrence Crawford too got that long. Has a long ass reach for his height. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so he's built like that. I just fuck it. Everybody thinks I'm a hater anyway. I don't think Lomachenko's as good of a boxer as people try to say he is.
It would be because
he is a good boxer. He is not a great boxer.
It popped in my mind because it's two of the most known as most overrated guys, overhyped guys,
and he has a decidedly amateur style to his fight, and I feel like an amateur style against Nassim would be difficult to get off and look good doing.
It had caught me.
I could see that could be real interesting.
I know you've always thought Prince Asim was overhyped but entertaining.
Very overhyped but very entertaining.
So I went, okay, how
he
you
was
feel?
Overhyped but worth the money he was making because he got you the entertainment.
Mm-hmm. So I always went, like, who will win that fight? That would be entertaining.
You still got your money's worth because it was going to be entertaining. Like, again, train wreck entertaining maybe, but it was always going to be fucking entertaining. Yeah. Lomachenko, now all he did, and then once he lost, again, because that wasn't his first loss to everybody, once he lost again, all he did was bitch and complain about how he lost instead of just taking his L.
There are a lot of dudes who can't take a loss.
Most can't.
I know it's crazy.
But I have way more. The one thing that Mr. Saul Alvarez did that I could do nothing but respect when he did it was when he fought Mayweather, got his ass handed to him, and when they asked him why he lost, he's like, he just outboxed me, and didn't come up with any fucking excuses. He's like, I lost. He was too fast. He was faster than I thought. He was better than I thought. I fucking lost. And that's a hard thing to do. That's a hard thing.
It's very hard for
especially fresh off the ass whooping. Because then you fresh, like you just got your ass handed to you. How do you feel? And you can still see the motherfucker in the ring celebrating. And that's the person they asking you about. Like, that's a hard fucking thing to do. So any fighter that can do that, my hat's off to him. But no, I don't think that Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko's boxing is about as good, is only slightly better than Manny Pacquiao's footwork.
We need to get on an episode one time and you talk about how you think his footwork is trash. We need. I'm gonna give you a whole segment to just let you go on about it. We got to. Maybe it might be even next week if it's slow, because it's gonna be slow in boxing right now.
Manny Pacquiao.
We might get you to do that.
Spoiler alert: Manny Pacquiao's footwork is dumpster juice.
We got about 40 seconds. Do you want to shit on anybody before we leave?
Nah, I'm good. The Manny Pacquiao's shit is dumpster juice is what I'm gonna leave with. I'm good, and I'm out on that one.
All right, it was another episode of the Sweet Talk Podcast.